This is actually a side point that I just wanted to cover real quick because I thought it was just a great point. This comes from UAP Costa Rica. This wasn't in specifically about the hearing, but he says UFOs are not a distraction from current events. Events and ridicule have been a long-time distraction of the UFO reality. Wake up. I love that point. I think that's great because you keep hearing about this hearing and even the legislation that's potentially passing that, oh, this is just a distraction to cover up from the Biden administration's mess ups and all the things they're trying to hide under the rug. While I do agree that it's a fitting distraction, it's something of the size and the scope and scale that they would need to distract the public from, for example, how the war in Ukraine's going and the economy here back home with the debt ceiling and the geopolitics and society as a whole. I tend to agree with UAP Costa Rica here. It's kind of a reversal. I think that if you look at it in that light, that while UFO phenomenon might be a handy distraction, I think the opposite could be true, that a lot of these events that are happening geopolitically and politically and on a societal level are largely distractions and smaller events in comparison to the UAP phenomenon, and they're used to possibly distract the public and, you know, keep us busy with all this crazy stuff going on so that we don't even have, you know, time to demand the time nor the energy nor the capability to demand answers of what is potentially the biggest conspiracy and cover-up of them all, even compared to any wars or problems in the government or domestic issues. I think this supersedes all of them. So I agree with Costa Rica here. I think he's spot on. I think both can be true. I think the government is going to use these topics like the UAP phenomenon as a cover-up. How could you not? Especially if they're leaking and they're coming out against their will. They're like, we might as well weaponize this in any way that we can. But I do see it the other way as well, that much of history, most of what's going on right now today on top of history is a small part of the picture. And as I always say, if you got half a deck of cards, it's hard to play your hand. It's hard to make conclusions. And yeah, so both of those are true.